Hello, hello, you beautiful soul. Okay, so Spirit was saying that we just had a huge purge, and I am going to just let Spirit flow because there are so many things coming through, and I've had this energy coming up, and then people reaching out to me like, WTF, right? Like feeling a block, right? Feeling um almost like an abnormal amount of resistance or mm, what else was mentioned? I guess like fear arising also, right? I had some people mention fears of this and fears of that, and a couple of times it had to do with receiving, right? So I'm not sure who this message is for. I feel like so many different people could resonate with this because I'm feeling many different purges, many different activations, many different accelerations is what I'm hearing right now, like being accelerated. And Spirit was showing me like the slingshot thing, right? So for some of you who feel like you have been being pulled back, like drawn back, like maybe you were making some, like, building up some momentum, making some progress, right? And then you feel like all of a sudden you were just being pulled back, right? And Spirit was showing me that in this time, like being pulled back, not only are you going to be catapulted, right? Like in the direction that this momentum is building, but it also allows Spirit, and whenever I say Spirit, I mean like your higher self and your person, to aim properly, right? Like you have this minute where you're like getting pulled back, and then you are 212 as I look up. You could be seeing mirroring numbers, but it's like you're it's like you take a minute just to kind of to make sure that you are on target, right? That you're aiming in the right direction. So Spirit just wanted me to mention that, like, if you feel like you have been drawn back in some way, and or you feel like you are currently being drawn back, take this as an opportunity for you to really narrow in and like zero in on what it is that you are trying to accomplish here. I guess, right? Like, which direction do you actually want to go? And sometimes we have an idea of what our goal would be, right? And in the learning and the process and the experience, we are given opportunities to reevaluate, right? Like kind of take note and be like, okay, is this actually what I want, right? Like, how does this truly feel now that I've got some momentum built up in this direction? So maybe somebody needs to hear that. I don't know how many times I've been through that where I'm like, I'm pretty sure I think I know what I'm doing, right? And I'm going in a general direction, right? I'm like, I'm pretty sure this feels good. This feels good, right? And then you narrow down and you really sort and sift through and discern what it is that you truly do desire, right? And all of these experiences allow for you to zero in, and you can't really zero in on what it is that you wish to achieve or experience if you aren't clear on that, right? Like, I feel like this purging season that we just went through was an opportunity not only to make way for what actually we do align with or wish to align with, our soul truly desires to align with, um, but allowing allowing everybody to truly to gain the clarity, right? I feel like so many of us have been seeking clarity. I mean, who isn't, that starts awakening, right? Like as soon as you awaken, some of us it's been our whole life. Some of us, you guys are just waking up within the last couple of years or whatever. It doesn't matter. We seek and seek clarity, right? Truth. And it's inside. And so sometimes we just get to these points where we feel like what the drawback, right, is working against us. And in some cases, this is, just negative forces, right? Pushing you, trying to keep you from reaching that goal, right? And it's just, for me, I always see it as resistance training. If you want to see it and demonize it as, demons working against you and all this stuff, you're welcome to do it. You can look at it in whichever way you want to look at it. It doesn't it doesn't matter. It's all energy at the end of the day. So it's like these energies are here to kind of keep you in a lack separation mentality, right? Like fear matrix. And then you just have an opportunity and a million opportunities, endless opportunities to escape from that or to like break out of that. And so it's like the resistance is here to give you that opportunity, right? It's there to give you that opportunity because you already have whatever it is that you need to push through, right? The fear of being seen. I've received a couple of emails about that. People in the collective right now that are afraid to truly be seen, and it's not even them, right? It's like they have the confidence, right? They have the confidence, they have the security within themselves, the knowing, the inner knowing, and they still feel something pushing against them, causing a little bit of resistance. And each time I am met with this, and I'm not saying that I make it look good or pretty or easy or anything like this, I'm just saying that I've been doing it long enough where I can catch myself, right? Sometimes it takes longer than others. So I hope nobody ever tries to put me like on a pedestal, like I'm not just some like everyday average motherfucker too, like everybody else, right? But it's like you catch the shit. You're just like, okay, I need to I need to reevaluate here, right? I need to like reel it in and and just like come back home, right? Come back to the truth and know that that energy, that anything that is trying to like push up against me is there for a reason. One, something doesn't push up against something that isn't there, right? It wouldn't even be a push. It wouldn't even be, there would be nothing there to resist, right? So it's like if something is pushing up against you, it's there to show you that there's something there, right? Maybe you don't see it, maybe you do, right? But it's like this energy is, for me, I get it in my head to where I'm like, it's excitement, right? I'm like, I'm excited. This is a good thing because we're made to believe that this feeling is there to hold us back, but it's not. It's just part of the obstacle, right? It's just another layer of the experience. And so it's like tricking your brain into believing that the nervous energy, the resistance, is limiting, and switching that, reframing that into there's something here and I should be excited about it, right? Like, and sometimes, excuse me, sometimes it it takes practice, right? It takes practice. It takes practice to really refine a skill, and and so there's always so much grace involved with learning and practicing, right? And when you don't get it right the first time, or you don't see it quick enough, or you don't, catch yourself in time to not take yourself so seriously, really, is like what it is like you recognize, okay, there's just a connection that needs to be made here, right? And and you're given an opportunity to do that. So at the end of the day, I feel like this collective has been seeking clarity internally, right? Like, this isn't a collective, and especially if you've gotten to this point in the message, this is not a collective who has been seeking externally, right? Like, you understand the process in which you can gain all of this knowledge and wisdom from within. And yes, you can have it reflected in your outer experience as confirmation, right? Like, and I've talked about this so many times. If I have a question, I'll use ravens and crows, like, as an example, just a random thing. One day, and this happened pretty quick. It was like, one day I was like, what is the actual difference, right? And I didn't say it out loud to anybody. I thought it in my head. And I asked Spirit, I was like, Spirit, what is like actually the difference? Because I didn't know. I'll be honest. I didn't know. I was like, I don't know. What is actually the difference here? So asked Spirit that question. And without me having to go out and seek the information, I didn't go looking at books. I didn't go to the library. I didn't go on Google. I didn't go on YouTube. I didn't go anywhere other than inside, ask this question. And then within a few hours, I opened up my YouTube. I was going to listen to some music, right? And on my For You page was a lady, a beautiful woman that had a huge raven on her shoulder. And it was like a 3-minute video explaining the difference between a raven and a crow. And it was so incredibly informative. It gave me all of the information that I needed, right? Nothing that I didn't need. And it was just perfect. It was perfectly aligned. And so it's like, for this collective, you understand how you can call in, answers to questions. You can call in experiences. You can call in whatever it is. And now that you have more clarity, right, through this purging of, and allowing yourself to release all the things that that you don't truly desire, right? Because that's a hard part for me. I'll be honest. I'm so stubborn sometimes. I just try and give like things opportunities. I'll like tweak things a little bit and be like, okay, does this work? Is this gonna, whatever. It's way too much effort to do that. And sometimes I have to, like, knock myself in the head and be like, yo, sis, you're kind of being a little bit insane right now. Right? Like, this is a little much. And so it's like, I have to give myself grace in those moments when I'm like, being a human and being, difficult or whatever. and it's like, we all have so much room for grace, and it's us who is responsible for that, for giving ourselves grace. And some cute little birds. It's like, that's where it comes from. And this is where like the huge breakthroughs come in, because you don't sit in that fear matrix, right? You release yourself from it. So I feel like this collective, like, whoever's seen this message, you have recently gone through a huge purge, and you're learning to receive. I feel like, also, I know, whether it is receive confirmations, receive information, receive wisdom, receive, like a pat on the back, anything, whatever it is, assistance, support, like, experience, because we came here to have experiences and learn through those experiences. And the contrast is the way in which we learn and like, get that clarity. So if you have received huge clarity on a situation, a person, place, thing, whatever it is, recently, in this last, I feel like, week, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks, since the beginning of November, or whenever you see this is timeless, so it doesn't matter. But like, within the last couple of weeks, I feel like through experience, you have learned and gained the clarity that you need. And right now is an opportunity for you to allow yourself space and grace to stand in that knowing, whatever that knowing is, right? You have a knowing. And I just saw 144 when I looked up. You have a knowing, and sometimes it just takes practice to stand fully, right? I feel like with each knowing that we integrate, each phase and step and stage that we elevate on our process, it's like a whole new level of infancy, and you learn how to stand again. You learn how to, take a step again, and just you find that new center of gravity is what I'm hearing. Like, you are in a position where you can stabilize again, right? And congratulations, because that's all that we do. If you haven't found this out already, I'll, I'll be the first one to tell you that the one thing that's always changing is change. Things are always changing. Things are always changing. And with that change, we integrate, we learn to stabilize, right? And it's all about adaptability. So maybe you are learning to be a little bit more adaptable to change. And through this purge, through this season, you are releasing the need for control or for rigidity, right? So, anyways, I love you. You're amazing, and you're beautiful, and you're needed, and you deserve all of the wonderful things that that you truly desire, that your soul desires, that you came here to experience. We all do. Every single body does. And you understand that. And uh, I love this energy so much, because all I see is opportunity. I am I am that person who will sit here and hold the vision of opportunity for everybody, right? And see the potential. And yeah, you got this. I love you.